Congratulations, Holly Kane with the NASCAR Wire Service. A lot of people came up and congratulated you. I think this was a popular win in the garage. How did you, or what did you do to kind of keep yourself up over the last couple of years when you had so many win near misses or whatever? It would, for anyone, it would be frustrating. But what did you do to kind of keep yourself up and motivated and feeling like I can do this?
Yeah, I know for a fact, if you've never been in that situation, that it's hard to explain the mental aspect of it, and it's very difficult to have, good self-talk after a couple of years of just not winning races. I think there was some performances that were like, a couple of things here and there would have went right. We could have won, right? And it just seemed like it never would line up. There was days that I was barely off, and there was days that I was really on, and just never could ever put it all together. And so, trust me, I've got a lot of people, behind closed doors that help me out with that aspect of this sport. I think that's the probably number one most overlooked aspect of motorsports is the mental side of it, and how you can go through some tough years to then completely switch gears, believe in what you're doing, and know that, you're on the right path. It just has to all work out. And today was another, no difference in the mental aspect. In the mental game, it was extremely hot race. And you got a couple of the best people in the Cup Series right now breathing down your neck. And so I've seen it time and time again, that you get out front, you build that big gap, somebody spins, somebody hits the wall, they throw a yellow, and now you got to restart again. And I just kept telling myself, I'm like, I have this feeling. I'm like, it's going to work out. It's going to work out. There's not going to be a yellow flag. Just keep hitting your pace and your marks. And I really wasn't pushing the car really to its fullest at the end either. I was trying to just give up a little bit and back off just in case something were to happen and save the tire a little bit. But I don't know. It just felt right today. It felt like once I got the lead, and I looked up maybe in the mirror once or twice, to kind of see the gap that I had built, and I'm like, well, like I just can't hit the fence at this point, and I'm gonna be good, So yeah, it's this whole sport's definitely a huge mental game, and there's not just how you mentally control the bad times. There's a lot of mental games on getting in people's heads and faking them into making moves you want them to make, and so many little things that you just have to learn over time. That's where you see the very best prevail. You see the very best come down to the Xfinity level and the truck level and just dominate. It is because they're really good racers, but it's also because they've mastered all these little things. They've mastered the mental side, the physical side, and you just see that many years kind of come into experience.
We'll come right here to John.
John Newby, Savage Ventures. So when I sat down with you over the offseason, you said this year, betting on yourself, trying to, showing that you can win before examining the future of your career. How have the first few, few weeks, few months been kind of overcome with those early issues and then, finally getting back to victory lane? Were you burning up the phone with the guy in London that you work with?
No, not really. The beginning, I think, was more about just me and Sam McCauley getting on the right page, and he came off of a really good season with Sheldon. They had like the most seconds I've ever seen in the Xfinity Series before, and so he was knocking out the door multiple times, but Sheldon drives way different than I do, and so I think we showed up a couple of times with certain things that Sheldon had that just doesn't really work for my driving style. And instead of just saying, well, this has worked in the past, we're just going to keep doing this, he really has bought into, what I do inside the car to make it fast and, in my driving style. And the last probably 4 weeks, like we've really kind of started to make the right adjustments and right changes and starting to show up to the track, unloading with a little bit more speed as well overall. And so I have seen the shift a little bit. I think if you're not on the 20 team, it'd be hard to see it because it's little things here and there that, maybe just the person that's looking at the overview of it wouldn't have picked out. But I know for myself, every time we come, it's like, oh, it's getting a little bit better now. We're unloading a little faster. Now we're making the right adjustments over time. And so it's just taken those couple of races, right, to kind of get through. And the way that the season starts, it's so tough. It can go, two ways. It can go, you can luck out and end up in really good situations with those two first races, or you can kind of be at the mercy of other people's mistakes and get taken out. And that's kind of, what we've had here to kind of get going for the first at least three or so. And so, Yeah, it's good. I know that we're in a stretch right now of races that and tracks that are really good for us. I think starting from Martinsville, I don't even know, looking way ahead, there's some really good stuff coming up. Bristol's going to be another one that they're going to have to deal with me there. So, yeah, it's just we're in a stretch right now. Really good racetracks. This is huge confidence. I know for this whole team, and confidence and momentum is everything.
We'll come right here to Jacob, and then go right next to him, and then to Trenton.
Jacob Seelman, Raceface Digital. Brandon, two for you. First, obviously you're not immune, and I don't think you've really hidden from any of the chatter either, and even from yourself the last couple of years of not getting to victory lane. How sweet is it to come, not just in a field with Cup guys in it, but to a track where you really have to make the difference to be able to win here? You don't luck into a Darlington win and have this be the place that you go back to victory lane.
Yeah, there was no luck today, man. Absolutely. I think that's what makes this one just nice, because there has been some races. Who cares how you get it done, right? But there has been some races that have fallen in my lap, and we take those for sure. We'll always take those. But to just drive by people, to be the car that everyone's chasing has to beat, that feels pretty good. That hasn't happened in a while. And so yeah, it's, you know, I don't do this to prove people wrong or anything. It's for me, it's nice, but for me, I think that it's cool that it's just a team sport, and it's not just the amount of work I've put into this whole thing. There's so many people that not even you know, there's so many people excluding just the crew guys that, you know, put a lot of effort into making sure I'm at the top of my game, and to make sure that I'm studying the right things and looking at all the right stuff. And, you know, there's people that go through this with me. It's not just, you know, not just me behind closed doors. There's a lot of guys that I credit. Blake Cook's one of them. Trevor Bain's one of them. They're a huge part to why I show up prepared every single weekend and ready to do exactly what we did today. And so it's one, I think it's nice to see that we're doing the right things. You know, sometimes you don't question it, but sometimes you wonder, like, do we need to change some stuff? Do we need to alter our prep packages, the way that we're going through simulators? And it's right now it seems like, okay, if you just put it all together, I think we're going to be really close. And Blake put it really well into perspective for me. He said right now he thought that our average to mid days are 5th to 7th, and so when we put a day together, you're going to win the race. And we put a day together, you know, and won the race. The pit crew was freaking flawless. You know, they very rarely miss a beat. If they do, we just maintain. And so there's just so many things, like I said, that kind of just go into making this whole situation happen. Even from the fact of Menards staying with us, right? Two kind of tough years. I wanted to get them in victory lane really, really bad, and get them back to where they deserve to be, and get them back in the winning mindset. And so, yeah, there's just a lot to the puzzle that's nice.
Trenton Warsham with FrontStretch.com. Brandon, this is your first win in a long time. Your first since being back with JGR. I guess perseverance is the way to define this win. With what you've been through over the past couple of years, where have you been mentally, and where have you gotten the motivation from to keep going and keep putting your head down, going to work to grind this out to get back to victory lane?
Yeah, it's because everybody believes in me. It's infectious, right? I can feel that. Show up to the track. I have no doubt that my crew chief sitting on top of that box, he thinks I am 100% the best driver in the field. My pit crew thinks I'm the best driver in the field. My coaches think I'm the best driver in the field. Like, all of that, right? It's just fuel in the fire to kind of go forward. And then when you couple that with fast race cars, and, you know, my mindset is I think they're all the best, right? So we're doing this whole big bounce around session right now of, no, you're the best. No, you're the best, right? And it's no one's saying I'm the best. It's everyone's lifting each other up and pumping each other up. Before we go out of the race, we've got, you know, pump up music playing in the hauler. We've got all kinds of stuff going on. It's I want to go back to that mental aspect, right? Like, you got to walk out of that truck and that hauler to, you know, think like, all right, I'm the best here. Some days it doesn't work out. You know, some days you make mistakes, or you'll have situations that take you out. You couldn't help, but every single weekend it's a reset. It's all right, this is a new track, new opportunity. No one better to go do it with. So yeah, we're all just hitting right now as a group. I think that's where I've always been at my best in my career, is when I have a team like this around me that truly is bought in and believes that, you know, everybody can get it done.